7:40 here on a Thursday. And that's time to check in with Kathy Helbig from the Kathy Helbig Group. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning.
All right, so coming soon. It's a great buzzword in the real estate market.
It is.
What does it mean?
It's a phenomenon, especially in the last 2 years. It's really swept the real estate world. But it means all kinds of different things. And there's people are confused about, can you show a house? Can you not show a house? And there really is different restrictions depending on how you're marketing it. So there are some coming soons that absolutely cannot be shown before that hits the active market. There's other coming soons, depending on how the brokerage took it in, that you can. So it all depends on that seller and the agreement that they have to market that house.
Are these rules made up, or are there laws that govern this? What do you mean by that?
Right. So there used to not be very many rules at all around coming soon homes. It was kind of wild, wild west. But just recently this year, the multiple listing service came out with a coming soon status for them too, because coming soon was not in the multiple listing service. So typically, if it's not in the multiple listing service, it's not going to be online, which is why it's like kind of like little pocket listings around all the place.
Sure.
So that's where you had to drive around to find them. Well, then you started seeing coming soons pop up on Zillow, on different other websites, third-party websites.
Right.
So then the MLS kind of came back in and said, all right, we're going to create a status for coming soons, but if you use the multiple listing service to advertise it coming soon, you cannot show the house. The reason why is because you're cheating the days on the market. So you're using the MLS to expose it to everyone, and then you're not. Your clock's not starting.
There's got to be also some type of fair housing laws and rules about, right? Because you have to, if somebody wants to see a house, you have to show it to them.
You can't discriminate based on the fair housing laws, but the seller can dictate who they want to let into their house or not. Period. The seller makes those decisions. But yes, we always have to be in accordance with fair housing laws.
Sure.
But really, the strategy, there can be really amazing strategies behind it if an agent knows how to use the coming soon status properly. So really, for the sellers, it gives you early market entry without those days on the market starting. So that's really critical because you get a head start, basically. So your agent can start spreading the word. Now with the internet and with social media and all that kind of exposure out there, we can hit a good percentage of people and let them know that's coming. There's underground agent sites behind the scenes. There's all kinds of Facebook closed sites that are coming soon homes, coming soon O'Fallon, coming soon city, like all these different sites. Only agents have access to a lot of these. So we go on there and post our listings that are coming. So now when we have a buyer that something comes up on a listing that's coming, we can be like, okay, now we need to start getting information on this house before everybody else knows about it. It also lets you get your house spick and span ready without wasting days. So sometimes people are like, I want to hurry, I want to get on the market tomorrow. Well, it can't happen tomorrow if you're going to get professional photography and all that stuff, so we can throw out a listing. You'll be surprised how many times somebody was ready to write a contract on the house down the street and a coming soon sign popped up and they were like, wait a minute, let's find out what that house is all about.
How long is coming soon
Coming
too
soon,
long?
yeah.
Yes.
So far, there is not a rule yet. So it can be a couple days. It can be, on
6 years.
In general, it should be a couple months. I mean, a couple weeks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen people for months have coming soon signs out.
See, that would be annoying.
Now,
it is annoying.
If somebody doesn't know what they're doing, it's like driving a sports car. You could do a lot of damage if you don't know how to drive a sports car.
Right, because you don't want to get all this interest peaked and then you start losing it because you never came on the market.
Right.
One thing that we found is really helpful too is it kind of lets you test the market. So if at least do it for a week or two, and there's some houses that are not super easy to comp. There's not exact houses are unique.
Right.
And you're kind of fluctuating. It could be this, it could be that. We go in sometimes and put it out there, and then if we have 25 people pounding at our door asking if we can please let them in the house early, then we there's a lot of interest in this house. So we might be able to come in at the higher price point instead of the lower price point. And then for the buyers, it's really kind of a good thing too. It's annoying a lot of times for buyers on the onset because they want to get into these houses and they can't. But what it really is doing for you buyers is that if we didn't have that coming soon step first, the second it drops into the multiple listing service, it's like moss to the flame. So if you have a wedding that night, or you're out of town, or you got a kids tournament, and this house that was your dream house comes on the market that second, it could be gone hours later. So if you know about it a few days in advance, you can get your pre-approvals ready, you can go check out the schools, you can drive around, you can prepare yourself to go fight for that listing when it comes on the market because you got a little head start.
Sounds like more and more you need a qualified agent and a qualified team of experts to help you navigate all this.
Absolutely. There's so much more strategy behind it, so give us a call and we'll set you up.
That's where Kathy Helbig and her full team come in. 314-276-SOLD or KathyHelbigGroup.com. Thank you for all the great tips. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you
Merry
next year.
Christmas to you.